Welcome back to MTG Ownage. We're up to the September 5th spoiler. Sorry for the delay on this one. I was a little sick and just slept for like 14 hours, but I think I'm okay now. And I want to point out real quick that one of the cards we missed was YASHARN. YASHARN we had in a different language, so I just want to talk about him real quick before we move on. So YASHARN's pretty good. He's this 4 mana 4/4 elemental boar. And when he enters the battlefield, you search for a basic forest and a basic plains and put them into your hand. So he gets you 2 lands when he comes out. That's pretty good. That's already pretty good for a 4-drop. And then it also reads players can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents to cast spells or activate abilities. This shuts down so many decks. This card's going to be played a lot for sure. So YASHARN is a big deal. Alright, so let's go back to let's check out the spoilers from September 5th. Well, we got a common griffin here that has flying and does something. Probably not too big of a deal. We have veteran adventurer, a 6-drop 5/5 human cleric, and it costs 1 less for each creature in your party. It could be decently cheap for a 5/5. It could go all the way down to, what is that, 2 mana, I guess? Yeah, you go all the way down to just 2 mana for a 5/5 Vigilance, which could be insane. Decent card there. Skyclave Pickaxe is next. It's a 1 green mana equipment. Alright, when Skyclave Pickaxe enters the battlefield, attach it to a creature you control. Auto-equip, alright, cool. Yeah, but essentially, this does nothing except give it landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, an equipped creature gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. So I'm going to say this is not very good. It literally does nothing unless you play a land, so. And potentially pretty terrible card, but I don't know. Whatever. Glacial Grasp, 3 mana instant, blue card, tap a creature's controller, mills 2 cards, and it puts that creature in stasis for an extra turn, and you also draw a card. Not too bad. 3 mana though. Alright, let's get to the big boys. We got Leyline Tyrant. A 4/4 flying dragon for 4. What kind of scales are those? That's an interesting little bone pattern there on his back. Let's really get zoomed in there. Yeah, going on there, Leyline Tyrant. You don't lose unspent red mana at the end of phases. Okay, cool. When it dies, you may pay any amount of red. When you do, it deals that much damage to any target. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. So you can just build up red indefinitely. This is cool. This opens up a lot of potential. Not just to pump him up really big for when he dies, but to double up your mana to play things when you don't have enough land to really play it. So pretty cool. Black Boom Rogue. I kind of like this zoomed in format. It's easier to read. Probably easier for you guys to read too. Blackborn Rogue is a modal card, flip card. 2 mana or 3 mana for a 2/3 black human rogue. He has menace and +3/+0 as long as your opponent has 8 or more cards in your yard. In their yard. So he could be a 5/3 menace for 3 mana, which is not too bad. And on the other side, he is a Black Bloom Bog. Just a land that enters play tapped. And next we have an insect. I'm not even a Kazandu Nectar Pot. Interesting. And it's just a 1/3 for 2 insect, and it has landfall, gain a life. Inordinate Rage is up next. Target creature gets +3/+0 into the end of turn. Scry 1. Takes 2 mana for that instant. A little pricey. Most people like those to be 1. They're kind of hard to play as a surprise when they're 2, especially early game. Look at that picture though. Wow. Alright, and last but not least, not a whole lot for September 5th. We have Perceptual Jar. Oh, okay, this is a different language. And it looks like it says counter target spell unless this controller pays 1. And on the other side, it is just a mana source. A terrain comes with play tap blue source. So that's a pretty cool counter. And if you know you're not going to use it, you can just drop it as a land. I approve. Alright, that's all we got for September 5th. Leyline Tyrant's definitely the big takeaway here. That's a freaking sweet card. This Adventurer could potentially be a absolute beast and aggressive deck. Maybe just having one copy for when you got your 4 guys out. You can drop a 5/5 for 2. That's pretty insane. And of course, YASHARN, which we really covered him before, but we didn't know exactly what he did. He shuts down Rakdos decks, all the sacrifice decks. He is a hard counter, so this is a pretty big deal. And he's just really cheap. Even without this players can't pay live thing, he still gets you a forest and a plains, which is really cool. This creature is really cool. This is a good creature for sure. Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out.